live. Let's get ready to get ready. We're here. We're here. Mike has officially decided that Kurt has the coolest t-shirt, which is fair.
Wait,
except that
mine's not a
my
t-shirt. Can I have the
very
coolest
cool.
tank top?
Yes.
Yes.
I have the coolest cat. So whatever. 0 fucks given. What's going on? We're having a really fun time back here behind the scenes. We got Chia Groot. We got Mike's pounding rum. He's like getting ready.
Pounding rum, yes.
He's getting ready for 18th century surgery by the time
I have my inappropriate Renaissance mug.
I kind of figure we're on a pirate ship right now, so we might as well have as much rum as possible.
Yeah. I mean, we're treasure hunting, so that can count, certainly.
Pirate ships are good. We love treasure hunting. Geez, Kat, come on. You got to be here, then just get situated already. All right.
You should put a bed up there.
What's going on? Happy Monday. How was everybody's Monday? Yeah.
Good.
Concur.
It's a good Monday.
Good for you.
As far as Monday goes, okay.
Yeah, scouts, airplane work, bunch of stuff. Did good.
Airplane work.
Yeah.
Humble brag.
Yeah.
Listen to him, folks.
Just casual airplane work, you know.
Mm-hmm. How is your airplane? Do you have it out in the field yet? Do you have it all like ready to rock, or where you at?
No, I'm still wiring. I just don't get as
cool.
much time as I'd like. You know, it's hard to find the time with work and kids and scouts and everything else. So,
yep.
You know.
I don't have half those things, and I don't have half the time that I need, so it can relate 100%.
Nice. Well, yeah, that's what I had going on. So.
Nice. How are you doing, Mike? What's going on with you, sir?
It's another day at the office, pretty much for me. Just shelving books and just putting down books to read. That's all.
Mike, the fellow who was in our chat here last week, Derek, I was talking to him last night, and he had been doing some research, and he's like, so I started looking up the kinds of monsters you could fight in Dungeons and Dragons, and I discovered that, like, the thing to fight is the Tarrasque. And I was like, first of all, that's the thing not to fight.
Yeah.
But he like asked me, have I ever fought a Tarrasque? Have I ever like been involved in a Tarrasque fight? And I was like, only once in my many decades with this game has a Tarrasque battle been played out. And I recounted the story of Corithian Moonbow defeating the Tarrasque with the first level spell. Do you recall this moment?
Yeah, I do. I do recall that.
What was the spell? Was it or was it not Chromatic Orb from the Tomb of Magic, the Tome of Magic?
That's correct. But it wasn't just... Yes, it was.
And the catch was that if you failed your saving throw, you died. But if you made your saving throw, you were petrified. Is that correct? Am I remembering this right?
Essentially, yes. But you have to be a certain level to... That was
get
the
that
first
effect.
level spell. It was a first level spell that was casted. If you were like at Yeso level as a mage, you could cast it as a certain power effect. So
right, I was like explaining to them because they're all like 5th edition Sweet Summer Children like Taylor, and I was like, the deal is that back in the day you couldn't use higher level spell slots to cast lower level spells, but as your wizard level got higher, the effects would climb. Like each spell had its own little descriptor in it, and so Chromatic Orb specifically was such that like as an 11th level caster you could conjure like the purple Chromatic Orb, and it was parallel to the Prismatic Sphere, or Prismatic Spray, and Prismatic Wall. It had those same types of effects. And so I believe it's like Violet, maybe, which has like the petrification effect on it or whatever. But Mike's like Bladesinger was high enough level to drop that Chromatic Orb. Now, the big question I had that I could not remember was, did you just beat the magic resistance on the roll? Because like a Tarrasque used to have 90% magic resistance, which in 2nd edition meant you had to roll between 91 and 100 on a 100-sided die to affect it at all. None of this like half damage bullshit, advantage on saving throws, like kid gloves, bullshit magic resistance. It was real deal, like 90% magic resistance. So what I could not remember in the details of the story was, did the Chromatic Orb just bypass it, or you had to roll and you just beat the magic resistance? Do you remember?
That's a good question.
Right?
I mean, that's a good question. I I think when that's a good question. I think when it came down to it, that it had to bypass the magic resistance because
you rolled. You
because
just
the
rolled
whole
like
idea
a god,
was that
right?
it had no saving throw at that point. So I don't know, but it failed, and that was the end. That was the beginning of the end of Tarrasque at that point because I already figured out what to do.
It was magnificent. Mike like loopholed the DM hard, and this was during a time of very adversarial Dungeons and Dragons. Like this DM really wanted to kick our ass, Mike like pulled one of his famous rabbits out of his hat and was like, "Actually," like, "Oh, you made your saving throw?" Like, "Yeah, I made my saving throw." Like, "Of course you did. You're the Tarrasque." Like, there was never a question of whether you would make the saving throw. It was already made before the die was cast. But it doesn't matter because now you're petrified, motherfucker, and we're just gonna smash you. And
dude, but
it was brilliant.
I mean, it is crazy. Like, it's such a departure from now, and like it was a time and a place. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not complaining, but like, I mean, think about D&D from an avenue of like experience was slow, magical items were really hard to come by.
Oh yeah.
And when you finished a campaign, you really just felt like you survived it. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't come out on top. You didn't celebrate. It was like, we lived. Did you see us live? Like, wow.
I talk about it all the time to these guys, man. I'm just like, you don't understand. Like, the adventure was like getting back to town alive. That was the reward. Was like, are we alive? Oh, we only lost half our gold. Victory. High fives all around. You know what I mean? Like,
or you're walking and the mists start coming in. I slit my own throat. I'm not playing Ravenloft again. I don't know how many times I have to tell you I'm not playing Ravenloft again. Like, we're not doing
Van Richten's just came out last month, John. And so everybody is like high as fuck on Ravenloft again. There it is. Yeah. And I'm just like, dude, put that shit on the bookshelf till September. I don't even want to look at it, Like, I don't want to hear shit about these half vampire player characters until September. Get back to me, It's a good book, though. There's a lot of good stuff in there.
Nice.
But I've been running Ravenloft for 3 years, and so we don't need no stinking books. Anyway, that Tarrasque fight, I recounted it last night, Mike, and I'm very glad I have most of the beats that you have. My big question was, did you just roll past the magic resistance? And I think you did. I think that was part of like the legendariness of the moment, was that you beat 90% magic resistance, and we were like, ah! We're all like screaming, Anyway.
Yeah.
So, you guys are sleeping in the dungeon hallway and you see a Tarrasque.
No.
It's not Tarrasque.
Cool.
I have to say, I'm no spoilers, but I'm high on big wizard energy because I'm watching the 7-hour Critical Role Campaign 2 season finale.
Oh, you haven't watched it all yet?
No, I'm like,
Jeez.
I'm like,
get caught up.
I'm like 3/4 of the way through. Sorry,
that
came
was
out on
last week.
VOD today.
Well, if you're a real fan, you'd watch it live. No,
it's not even recorded live anymore.
It's not.
No,
they're not doing it live.
When COVID happened, they started pre-recording stuff.
Oh,
but
I knew that they were doing it
videos,
remote, but I thought they
live.
did it live the other day. They weren't playing live?
Nope.
Wow, how the fuck do they get 90,000 people for a pre-recorded VOD on Twitch?
Right?
I logged in at like 3 o'clock in the morning East Coast, 90,000 people watching live, and I was like, well, God bless him. Like, it makes me so happy. Matt Mercer is such like one of our players, John, he comes from our generation and like second edition, all that stuff. Like, it's a beautiful thing to see the success those guys have, but what a freaking titan, talk about the titans there. It's like Matthew Mercer is the titan of Dungeons and Dragons, man.
Yeah, it was crazy last night. I was like, Matt and I were in bed like watching YouTube videos, like going to sleep, and I saw recommended in my feed Campaign 1 Critical Role, and it's baby Matthew Mercer, and I'm like, oh my god.
Baby Matt. Yeah, he had no beard.
He's no, like the shorter, like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. But yeah.
You should be good. Are you good?
Yeah, there we go.
You look good.
It just went back.
It's just a bandwidth thing, John. I don't know what it is. It's only yours that like jumps around. What's very cool is there's been like some big technological jumps in the last couple of weeks, but there is a new like streaming kind of service for me to get the NDI feed. So I think we're going to transition in the next couple of weeks. I'm excited about that. We might have a better option than Skype, because I've been, for anybody out here watching, like fighting to get the VODs like synced better, the audio video issue that I'm having. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'll do a better job. Yeah, we keep two tailors around here, Hard Rock Hope, just in case. So we should play D&D. Yes. You guys have any questions? Is there anything we should go over? Any kind of like little mechanical beats?
I don't think so. We were just resting, right?
Yep. Ulrich is lucky now. That happened last week.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
Sweet.
So, I suppose, without further ado, as we pick back up, the camera like pans over the vast Drakencaern Mountains, this titanic mountain range that sprawls across the world of Abrea, the clouds hanging low in the blue sky, and I think that we like zoom down in, cutting through the clouds to the ruins of the entrance of the tomb of Drakencaern, rubble having been collapsed over the front entryway but parted by the dragon that moved these boulders so that the agents of evil, Melkanen, the first dragoon of the Sapphire Legion, could make his way inside and scour the tomb of this ancient dwarven lord for his fallen weapons. But alas, much to his chagrin, the 4 youths of Erkengard, coupled with the 13 dwarves that they found in the mountains, Beaudry Ironstave and his 12 compatriots sent from the Golden Halls of Vala, with your forces united, and with your erstwhile ally Lothar, the lot of you battled the dragon, Razor Strike, at the entrance of the tomb. You pressed inwards. The dwarves sealed the way behind you as the lot of you and Beaudry pushed in. You battled Melkanen as he was extracting the tomb, opening it up to get at the fabled Maul of the Titans. But Angus got there first, retrieving the maul and the rod of Drakencaern, passing them out to his companions, and a lot of you defeated this high paladin, this dark knight of the Sapphire Legion. So for the past 2 days, you've been sleeping in the halls of this place, the dwarves having blocked the way out so that nothing could come in after you. Somewhere in this tomb is one soldier who ran from the fight while you battled Melkanen. There are no longer 13 dwarves, merely 7. But the lot of you exploring as you did, you found the Gloves of Ogre Strength, one of the items that you need to master the Maul of the Titans fully. You found the beginning pieces of some maps, as I recall. You battled some elementals as well as a cloaker. And so we pick back up with the 4 of you resting in the hallway, having just slept for another few hours. And yeah, I think that we come into dim flickering light of a few candles burning, the scratching of a quill as Eerie frantically makes notes in the margins of Ursula Vandrin's spellbook while she tries to master it. Lothar humming softly to himself, cleaning his nails with a knife.
Is it a Vorpal knife?
Nope, not yet. Maybe if you go a little further in the tomb. So yeah, we see the lot of you hanging out here with your dwarves.
You said we slept for a few hours. I think. Do we sleep for 8?
I think you sleep for 8, a few hours, and a few more, and a few again.
Yes.
You can long rest it.
At some point, when it won't disturb his allies, Angus will ask, so we got a couple elementals left. By my count, we got a fire one. We know where that one is, and we don't know where the water one is. If we could get these two crazy kids together, do we think that there would be some sort of, like, would they, like, bump heads, or do you think that I mean, I don't know my elementals, and maybe this is a Crixus question, but I'm wondering if we could use them against each other, or if they would just go at us.
I mean, that is a really great question. I mean, Crixus, you seem to take control of that earth elemental. Is that something you could do to another elemental?
Well, I mean, there's a possibility.
How long does it last?
There's nothing definite in this world.
Well,
I can try, but I can only
know if the earth one is that just because you're kind of a earthy creature. I didn't know if that would your limit. Like, I don't say limitation, Angus. I don't know if that's your specialty, is the earth creatures. So I just assumed you wouldn't be able to, but Ulrich raises a good question there.
Well, you're probably right. I probably can only do earth elementals. I don't
need to limit your thinking and to make you like doubt your skills.
How long does it last?
That's a good question. Honestly, I just kind of looked to Ruldo, and Ruldo pretty much answered my prayers insofar as doing the elemental. But I would assume, because of my affinity for Earth, that's probably I'm limited to only Earth elementals, and the Earth elemental is gone. So
That's true.
It was handy.
I feel like, if we bring Beaudry, I feel like we could maybe just feel a little bit more secure,
Like your optimism.
In case, somebody gets thrown against the wall.
No.
Your arrows are helpful. But
my guess is
I think Lothar's
the one soldier that we're missing.
Shot liver.
So they've been kind of stomping around this place, and they didn't trigger the earth elemental. That was me. So my guess is that the Minotaur, the dragoon, told them, kind of warned them about those potential traps. So the soldier that's wandering around may actually be smart enough to not set the traps off himself. That's why we've not seen a. Well, maybe if we find a drowned veteran, we know he stumbled upon the water elemental.
We periodically move around. He very well may just be laying low until we kill everything or get killed. He must hear us moving around periodically.
Yeah.
So it's possible he's just hunkered down somewhere.
Yeah.
I'd still like to use his courier services, to be honest. So.
Right.
What's the plan if we find him?
Well. So.
Oh, right. Yeah. That head's getting a little sinky.
Do we want to head back in?
Yeah.
I'm not complaining.
Do we need to? I don't think any of my magic can be. Well, it's kind of set. I can't change much given the. We know we're going to be battling both fire and water, but.
Let me check my spells. Yeah, I'm good. We can go.
Okay.
So.
I think Erie shuts her
funny,
spell book.
But
I'm
That's
ready
clever.
with my spells. Yes. I'm sure.
You sure?
Well,
Not
you
just
guys
gonna
can't do it.
Yeah.
Charging
That
the
was
fun
no
and try
joke.
to hit things with that little walking
Right.
stick.
Tommy needs to do it.
I guess that's
Yeah.
true. You did pull that.
yeah, I just
thing
get
off.
concerned
Angus.
Because you go toe to toe with death every time that happens. So.
Oh, I know.
Death's not that bad sometimes.
But Beaudry, you're gonna come with us, right?
I think that the dwarves are like, they're sitting like a little further down the hall by the entrance, kind of talking quietly amongst each other, and he turns and looks up like,
You're
what's
gonna
that now?
come with us to defeat this, what is it? Water elemental?
Both.
And fire.
Yes.
And fire. We found the fire.
Found the fire room. We did not
Yes.
we did not summon the elemental.
Yes. So yeah, wanna help us defeat a fire elemental? To find another piece of the map?
Sweetening the pot.
Yeah. You know that map you really want?
There is one thing. I've been talking with the lads here. What do you mean to do when we leave?
Follow the arrow.
We're being drawn to Titan's Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you mean?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I suppose I do. I need to find the last Titan if he yet lives. I don't know if I can join you for this.
I was wondering if you could possibly use a spell or an enchantment to protect us, or protect one of us at least, from fire.
I may be able to. It's not a bad thought.
Do you think we should? And he's saying this to the group. He's not directing this at the dwarf, whose name is for some reason slipping my mind, even though we've been just saying it 17 times. Do you think because we know where the fire elemental is, should we? Can we explore it further to the west until we find the water one, just to kind of like get a lay of the land, versus like let's nail down what we know before we attack.
Sure. That sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
Beaudry, I mean, I would love to have you along for the end of the journey, and I think I said it last night before we went to bed, but I mean, I think that I speak for all of us when we say we'd be happy to help you, like, find the last Titan.
Well, to do that, I have to not go fight this army with 6 soldiers. I've seen y'all stand toe-to-toe with a dragon. Certainly, we wouldn't have lived, as many of us who did, if you weren't there. You saved us from the wyverns. Half of us would have been dead there as well. I don't mean to say that I don't have confidence in your abilities, but I can't take these 6 onto the top of a mountain where an army's waiting for us.
I understand. Well, at least, you know, if we find the map, we'll know where you're headed. So maybe we can...
And maybe if we find all the pieces, something will reveal itself that will help you make a decision on what to do.
Maybe so. Well, all right. I think he turns like back to the crew, you know, and he's just like, Brunhild, you've got everyone. Keep them safe. We'll be back. And he just looks to you like, lead the way then.
Well,
Here we go.
Angus, you had a desire to go a certain way. I'm happy to follow you.
Sure.
Unless you want me to lead and you can point. It's up to you.
I was thinking we'd head west from the sarcophagus chamber. I think that's the direction with the soldier ran too. It looks like there might be 2.
There it is.
But Maybe take the southern of the two.
Can we uneventfully get moved over there, Rich, or should we just move through the hallways?
I will uneventfully move you over there. Hold on.
Ah.
I'm trying to deal with your crazy Skype window. Okay. Let's see if that holds it together for a little bit. Okay. I can uneventfully move you, indeed. First of all, I'm just going to put you all right here. This is the room. Behind you is the hole, right?
Right.
Where everything went down. So we can imagine you went down to the south. You kind of came past the Earth Elemental room, and the lot of you make your way in here. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing? Angus.
Angus is already in there. He ran down the hallway.
Oh.
Angus sprinted.
I'm discovering that I can move him with the cursor, so I kind of Pac-Man'd my way here. It was fun.
Oh, nice. That's pretty fantastic. Okay, so with Angus in the central chamber out in front of you all a little bit, the rest of you make your way into this room where there's this smashed hole in the floor. Hang on, let's get to a map. Let there be a map. Okay, you come striding in, right? So further up north is the fire elemental room.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You have not been further west than this point. You took the fight here. Crixus and Angus came down from the north. North of you is actually Gural Khan's tomb. These other sarcophagus had not been opened, and so you're here.
Do we want to look inside these other sarcophagus? Maybe with detect magic?
Sure.
Or do we want to just explore?
Yeah, Erie, I mean, do you guys mind waiting?
Well, we can pop the lids while you ritual cast.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'd love to.
Pop the lids.
Pop the
Attempt to.
lids.
And the
Sure.
initiative tracker comes up.
Yeah, really.
I did not mean for the initiative tracker to come up. Don't mind that. Nothing to see here.
Yeah, Erie will start to ritual cast detect magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Erie, you begin ritual casting detect magic. I think as a lot of you are all standing in this room, Crixus, Angus, Hallrick, you all hear the sound of something clattering in the room just south of you.
Here or here? Which side do I hear it?
Southeast side, bottom right.
Oh, I didn't even forgot there were rooms there. And Taylor, we would need to remove the lids or something, right? Because you can't see through the stone with detect magic. What's the thickness of stone it can see through?
I think it's just I sense magic within 30 feet of me. I don't think that. Or see a faint aura around an object. The spell can penetrate. Most barriers. 1 foot of stone.
Oh, actually, you probably don't need to move the lids then.
Yeah.
So I look down, Rich. Is this floor any different? Is the tile any different or anything like that? I see there's steps.
No, there is blood on the floor of the stairs, though, as you look down.
Oh.
Fresh
I'm
blood?
gonna not centuries old blood.
Not centuries old blood. Not fresh blood either.
Dear.
Okay, so I think I know what's going on down here, so I'm just gonna slide back up.
Angus has a proud look on his face when he realizes Ulrich was looking for blue rock diamonds.
And
Character growth.
I just kind of whisper, I'm like, I think that last guy is probably in that room and wounded, probably still wounded.
We saw him run. Was it west from this sarcophagus room or west from the big sarcophagus room?
Well, I mean,
It was west from down in the lower chambers off to the east.
I mean, to be fair,
you guys
it's been
weren't in
days,
here when he
Okay.
ran.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's been,
It has been days. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he may have just moved around.
I think this is going to go over.
Oh, can I peek around the corner, Rich?
Sure.
Angus
Hey!
grabs the back of his like armor so that he can like lean forward without stepping on the steps.
So Ulrich like leans his head like peering around the corner as like Angus is holding your collar kind of, right? And you see like crouched in the corner, like crouched down to the ground, this soldier in their bedraggled like blue armor, like gaunt looking. His eyes look like a little bit crazed, you know. There's like dirt and grime kind of caked on his face. And as your like head pops around the corner, like he's pointing this spear at you, just like, well, you've got me now.
I go in my pack and I throw him a ration and my wineskin.
Okay. You like pull your pack around and start like digging into it.
You need me to still hang on to you, Ulrich?
No, I step back.
Okay.
And I just say to the guy, wait there 1 minute.
And I think you hear him from the other room, Angus, just like, what did a lot of you mean to do with me then? And I think at this point you like extract the ration, you like unhook your wineskin, Ulrich. And you just throw it in onto the floor in front of him, or what?
I throw it to him to catch it. Like, hopefully that he'll catch it. I reach around the corner and throw it.
Okay. I think that he'll like this pack like hits him, and he like grabs at it, like the spear still like in one hand pointing out, and he's like,
I put them all.
What is this?
I put them all back on my pack, and I walk into the room with no weapon in hand.
Mm-hmm.
And what's in the room?
Like, what is this? Some kind of game then? As you peer around the rest of the room, there are all these like stone kind of cubbies, right? These little like shelves built into the stone of the wall along the like southern wall and the western wall. And the like wall on the east side is just like smooth kind of tile and stone. There's nothing really of note. There was like a lot of like dust kind of caking everything over. Spider webs you see like cascaded over the cubbies themselves. But this whole area, like in the corner where he is, like is pretty like, not, I don't want to say cleaned, right? But he's been in here, it seems like, for quite a time, as the dust and the cobwebs and all this shit are like knocked away and on him.
So I'm just, Holler's just going to lean against the wall. Mm-hmm. I'm just looking at him and go, have you had enough? I mean, we killed your boss. We killed your friend. We killed elementals. Like, we could kill you. But that's clearly not what's happening here. It's not what we're looking to do.
And I think he's just like, well, what are you meaning to do then? You did kill my boss. You killed a lot of people that I work with. I don't know that I call them friends, but you killed them right well.
Well, we're gonna let you go. We're gonna.
What's the catch? Is this poison then?
No, it's not poison.
Angus is telling, go kind of in case Lyra and Crixus and everybody
Eerie.
can't hear this. He's like goes back and kind of explains to them, and then he runs back quickly and says to Crixus, he's like, I don't know if he's going to stab him in the stomach and you have to bring him to life again, but something might be happening.
I think Lothar's like, I'll stab him in the stomach. No stabbing yet.
Yuri like right. Mid-ritual, like hits him, just like reaches out.
Are you still? You're still?
Yeah,
trying
no, yeah.
to cast?
She's focusing, but it's just like a reaction.
She's focusing just enough to be able to punch itinerant halflings. I think he's like, ow. I think he looks at Beaudry like, they're never gonna get over it. And so yeah, Crixus, what are you doing? You're just hanging out with Eerie?
Pretty much, and probably like opening up the sarcophagus guy just to peek inside because he's getting he's curious to see what's inside of them.
Okay.
Wait till I'm done.
Wait till I'm done.
Why don't you make an athletics check, Crixus?
True.
And then a burst of necrotic energy flies from one of the sarcophagi.
It's.
These things happen.
It's fine. Crixus drops dead immediately.
So you hear from the other room, Ulrich, as like stone is like being dragged or whatever. Crixus is like shifting the lid just a little bit to peer down in. And so this fellow is just looking at you, Ulrich, and he's like, maybe it's not poison, but what's your plan? You just gonna let me go?
Well, we've caused an avalanche, so we can't just let you go. We have to clear a way out. That was for our protection, as you can imagine. But no, you'll have to wait here until we're ready to go. But I would like you to, as a gift for the lovely Duchess, I would like you to bring the head of the last dragoon back to her.
So you do want me dead then? I think he says to you.
Well, you can do whatever you want. You can hand it to somebody else. I'm sure it'll find its way back. You could throw it off a cliff at her for all I care and run. I don't really care.
That's a more palatable option, probably.
You could go on a cliff overlooking the camp and throw it in the camp and run the other way before it ever hits the ground. I don't care.
I flew here on a wyvern. Took me 2 days. There is no chance I will find them again. I just want to be clear. Now, if you're going to let me go, as long as I take the head of Malkanen, then I'll take it and I will go.
Well, I have no use for it. So, and I have no quarrel with you. I could kill you for the exercise, but that's not what I'm looking to do.
You people are fucked up.
Really? Letting you live?
Oh my God.
He's like,
Okay.
they would not let me live if the roles were reversed. They will not let you live if they get you in this position. You know that, right?
Are you advocating for me to kill you right now?
No.
I just want to understand.
These people like to talk a lot.
I know.
Look, I don't know who you all are. I'm just trying to do my job. My job
Worst nightmare.
got me.
They keep on saying that, by the way. We're just trying to do our job.
We're just meddling kids.
You are meddling kids, yes. Soon you'll find the van of Guralkhan.
I just look at him and say, we're the last of Clan Erkengard. What else would you expect? I say to him,
Okay.
Stay here.
Okay.
Head towards the entrance. Do whatever you want to do.
Did you kill the dragon?
No. He flew off. He fled.
Yeah, the dragon ran away.
You might be able to catch a ride back with the dragon.
He fled. He fled?
Yeah, because we almost killed him.
All right. Listen, this feels a little bit to me like my lucky day. I get it. I don't entirely believe what you're saying is as simple as it sounds, but I want to. So you tell me what's next.
I don't think you can be welcome sitting up by the front gate with the dwarves, so why don't you just hang here?
Dwarves? Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And we'll come back for you. You good? You good with the wine and the ration? You all right with that? You need a little more?
I'm great with the wine. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And I think he just like starts guzzling wine like.
All right, I'm just gonna take that right off my sheet because I don't really want that back.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Okay, then I'll just wait here.
Sounds good. Excellent. And your name?
And I think he just like peers around the corner like all of your friends are still alive.
Yeah, that's how we do things.
You betcha.
Right. My name is Tahir.
Tahir?
Oh yeah, I'm spelling that phonetically.
That's ironic because we want you to stay here.
Yeah, I saw that coming. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Awesome. All right. So, yeah, he can just sit there. He's content. I'm content. What kind of weapon did he have?
He had a spear. He also had, what else did he have? He also had his longsword.
Yeah,
his longsword's like in a scabbard at his belt. He was like pointing the spear at you, but I think by the time you're leaving, he just like leans it up against the wall and it's like starts unfolding the rations. Like he's mumbling to himself, like, food. Can't believe they gave me food.
It's remarkable that, you try to talk to a guy and he's like advocating for you to kill him, or at least remarking that, like, boy, we wouldn't give you this quarter. But anyway, I guess that's just what separates us.
Well, people do that before I start telling a story in an hour 4. They're like, just kill me now. I don't get it.
You need more cowbell.
Meanwhile, Crixus, as you have like pulled open the lid to this sarcophagus.
This stone is so heavy.
This like very stale air comes like rushing up into your sensitive nostrils, dust kind of like filling all around. No trap fires off on you, but I think as the dust kind of settles and you're peering down in, Beaudry Ironstave like steps up next to you like, what do you see, boy? And you look down in and you see a dwarf, an ancient like dwarven corpse in chainmail, a shield on his chest, an axe laying across it, his body like desiccated, mostly skeletal.
Oh.
Feels kind of wrong.
I look to Eerie.
Yeah, how much longer?
How's your magic going?
How far into the ritual am I?
You probably have like another couple of minutes here, right? I mean, this has only been a few moments, like 5 minutes maybe, that he's like talking. Yeah. So yeah, you probably have another 5 left.
Yeah, Eerie holds up like a, wait, just a minute.
You're muted, Kurt.
I'm going to look at the shield, Rich, and roll a perception check on the armor.
For what? For what? You're just trying to like assess it, like.
I'm looking for any possible rust, decay. I'm looking at the condition, the overall condition of the shield and the armor itself. Has it made anything? I don't know. It's just normal armor, meaning it's just.
Yeah, as you're looking at it, it is rusted. The shield has like these bits of rust around the edges. You could see this paint on the front of it is like nearly entirely flaked off, but it is still like fine metalwork from the age before. But it does not appear to have that like lustrous, enchanted quality of timelessness or anything.
Okay. I guess I'd wait a few more minutes for Eerie to wiggle her fingers.
Okay, I think as you come out, I think Lothar Ulrich is like, oh, what's going on back there? You found that guy?
Yeah, he's just resting.
He's just resting? We're just going to leave him?
Yeah, well, he agreed to courier as best he can for us. So, maybe he'll hitch a ride with the dragon if it comes back around. Who knows?
Oh, that dragon will fucking eat him in a heartbeat. You guys are wild. Okay. I'm with you.
Who knows? just crazy kind of place. We'll see what happens.
It sure is. It's a wild world out here. I'm finally getting my head around that. Hey, Crixus opened this dead dwarf's grave.
Okay. I'm gonna wait on Eerie. I say to Lothar.
That's fair. I mean, it seems like we're all waiting. I'm just trying to, facilitate the information for you.
Okay.
Make myself helpful.
Okay.
I just want to be part of the team.
Yeah. You are. It's okay. You're good.
Aww. There it is.
He pats you on the shoulder like, we've come a long way from that whole incident. I think he's like, listen, if you want me to go in there and kill that guy for you,
I'm not certain you could, but I really do appreciate your enthusiasm.
I think he's like, that's fair. That is fair. And so, Eerie, you're able to kind of finish your detect magic after a couple of minutes. You finish your ritual. You close the book. You're peering around the room. You see the magic radiating off your companions, their equipment, the Maw of the Titans, the rod. As you look into the sarcophagus itself, slightly opened at the end, the dust having settled this old rusted dwarf's corpse within there. You see no magic radiating from within.
He's trying to say dwarf corpse 5 times fast.
Dwarf corpse, dwarf corpse, dwarf corpse, dwarf corpse.
If there's nothing of interest, I look at Eerie. It's just normal.
Yeah, I also, having sat with it literally for a second, this is not the type of tomb I feel like we should be looting, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I just feel like it might forego us dying a little bit longer.
Yes, but I think that there are things that are meant to be found for allies. Not necessarily that we have to break open the sarcophagi of long dead war heroes that fought, and we come from that.
Well, I was asking if you were done here because I was going to put the lid back on if there was nothing of interest.
Yeah, no, there's...
Poetry,
you guys are very
Do you
sparkly,
have an opinion on this?
But
I do not want to tell you how to go about what you're doing, but I think we put the lids on and lock on.
All right, so I'll push the lid back on. I think I can handle it.
Yeah, and I think Beaudry helps you.
You found the guy, though? Is he okay?
Yeah, he's just hanging out back there.
Great.
He's just sitting in that room.
Good.
Ooh. Oh, we should talk. I want to talk to him.
Sure.
Because I'm sure. Did you? Well, maybe you did talk to him. What did he tell you? What's going on? When are they coming? Do we know any information about the Legion?
I'd love to hear you interact with him. I think this would be wonderful. His name is Tahir. I go, Tay. I got a buddy that wants to come down and talk to you.
Okay.
I'll come with you, Crixus.
Sure. I just kind of figured since we have him in a corner, maybe he could tell us a little bit about the Legion.
I think as Crixus and Eerie start walking down the hall, I think Beaudry looks to you, Ulrich, and peers after them, and he looks back and he's like, I do not want to step on your toes, lad.
I'm listening.
If you bring that fella out in front of my lot, they're going to want to carve him apart with knives and axes. We lost too many to them. It's not an axe we can bury easy.
Well, if that's the way you feel you need to go with it, that's fine with me. But, the other option would be to just let him find his way out after we leave.
Vala preaches of redemption and forgiveness, of mercy and compassion, and so I appreciate the cooler heads prevail. But I'm just warning you, there's 6 fierce, angry dwarves that have been nursing a grudge sitting at the entrance. That's all I'm saying.
Look, and I point at Lothar. This one here was in a patrol that tried to kill us. I would venture to say his arrows have been invaluable.
Oh, no, I mean, that's very true. I definitely helped you and your people out a lot. I mean...
Yeah, this is where silence goes so much further than words.
That's my mistake. I'm getting there. Right.
Literally going to say that for the rest of his life.
Crixus, as you and Eerie like walk into this back room, you see this like human man, like kind of crouched in the corner. He's like squatting right down, like propped up in the corner of the room, like gnawing on this piece of salted meat that Ulrich is giving him, sipping a wineskin.
Before I do, I ask, you know what? As I'm like, because come on, it's like we're not like walking like 30,000 feet away. So I just ask.
No, you're not.
I ask Angus. Angus, can maybe you help us, or do you think it's pointless at all to even bother maybe finding out information about the Sapphire Legion from this warrior?
I don't know if any of us are good at extracting information in a way that would be convincing and effective while not very bloody.
I'm actually pretty decent at persuading people at times. Because of my eyes. They're very
Because of my...
Oh my god.
I was that maybe you're just as good at sweet talking people, but maybe you're not. So but I'm just asking.
I'm not.
I certainly have questions.
Well, let's proceed forth and see what this.
It can't hurt to ask him, and like we don't like. He kind of knows that we're planning on letting him go, so maybe he'll.
I don't know if that's going to happen anymore. I overheard a conversation. I don't know what's going to happen.
Oh.
He's like having this conversation halfway between me and that room, right?
I got very sharp, draconic ears.
Yeah, but the human's not deaf.
Nope.
Eerie will like continue into the room.
Okay. So you, Crixus, you walk into the room, and this guy is like crouched in the corner up against the wall, eating this salted meat, sipping on the wineskin. And he's just like looks at you nervously and like nods.
Tay here?
That's me.
Before we so graciously let you just walk out of here.
I didn't know that we were going to let him walk out of here.
Yeah.
I didn't have this conversation. I didn't agree.
We talked
The
about
dwarf
this.
told me that if I take the head, I can leave.
Yeah.
Oh, the dwarf says a lot of different things, and there's too many of them anyway. Which dwarf said that?
The one with the giant hammer.
Will you answer some questions for me?
I can try.
Or you can.
First thing, is he wearing armor right now?
Yeah.
What type of armor is he wearing?
He's wearing scale mail that is painted blue,
So
right? He has this metal scale mail. It's painted blue. It's the same as like all the other sapphire.
Is it similar
soldiers.
to the armor that Ulrich is wearing?
No.
That's not scale. That's chainmail. That's painted blue. That's not painted blue, but it's made as scale mail. But it's
no. Ulrich is wearing dragon scale armor. It's like actual dragon scales made from like a blue dragon hide.
Okay.
All these soldiers are wearing like metal scale mail that's painted blue, right? So it's the same as like all the other soldiers you've been fighting for the most part. Like Lothar was wearing leather, but yeah.
I think Eerie,
Well, I have a question.
He's just like nervously like chewing at this meat.
I'm wondering, when do they send other people to look for Malkanen? Are they going to ever send people to look for Malkanen?
That's a good question. They'll wonder where he is. I'm sure by now he should have been back, but we flew out here There were only 20 wyverns in the whole patrol. We took the lion's share of them here. And I think you killed them. So what I'm saying is that it won't be easy for them to get here. The dwarf with the giant hammer said that you chased off the dragon.
Yep.
Right. Well, I might expect him to make the round trip quickly.
Well, he ran away the first time.
Is there anyone else that we could expect to be riding on the dragon's back besides Malkanen?
No, Malkanen was gifted the saddle. He was gifted the right to ride Razor Strike by Virago herself. If he allows anybody onto his back, that will be his business. And then I think he looks at you, Eerie, and he's like, you haven't met many dragons. You did not chase it off. It retreated because it decided it needed a better tactical advantage.
That was something unnecessary to say to somebody who could kill you now.
I understand you could all kill me. I just want to be very clear. I understand the position that I'm in. You hold the sword above my throat. If you think that I haven't spent every day of my life with the sword over my throat, you don't understand who you're dealing with. So I'm trying to inform you.
He's just being truthful.
And I'm upset, Crixus. Who do you have from our village?
I'm not upset. I'm doing great.
Who
I think he says.
Do you have?
Your village didn't have a military force, I presume?
No.
Okay, so I'm a soldier. I have no rank. I have no authority. I have no idea the names of the prisoners that we took.
Don't need names. Who did you see being brought into the camp?
You asked me who. A whole bunch of people. There were a handful of dwarves.
Any interesting things you haven't seen before? I don't know, like a tall,
You talking about
furry...
the Sasquatch with the horns?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a few of those. Yeah. I think he looks at you, Crixus, and he's like, I'm not trying to antagonize the situation here. I'm just trying to speak candidly. I really am not asking to get killed. And again, I'm aware that you can all kill me pretty easily.
We're not going to kill you because we're not like you.
Well then, she's not great at this. He looks back at you. I think he looks back at you like, right, so when you have someone in a position like this, you don't want to admit that you're not going to kill them.
Enough!
You just said you were going to kill him, Eerie. Now you're not going to kill him.
I think
kind of what they say are opposites.
Yeah. I think he's like, I mean, he's right.
Listen, you better listen to what
you want me to go back to threatening you? Because I will.
You guys
Eerie's
need to get your act right.
Eat you up. You better watch yourself. You see her right now. She's getting excited right now. Soldier.
Listen,
my
name is Tay here.
Difficult.
I've been here for 3 days starving, and your friend just gave me a wineskin that I just gurgled. So I think I'm pretty drunk. This meat is horrible, but it's delicious. And I'm just ready to go walking with that dead cow's head. You just point me where you want me to go, pal.
Did you see a tall, purple-skinned ogre by any chance?
No.
I just want to know about Razor Strike. Can you tell us any more about the blue dragon that's flying around that might come back?
It's a vicious bastard.
Oh, I've met
older dragons, but they're more tempered. This one's angry. It's got a chip on its shoulder.
So we can't negotiate with it?
Prove something. No.
Okay.
I think he's like, look, I wouldn't say it if the guy were still alive, but, you know, the whole carry his head back to your army thing implies that you killed him pretty good. But Melkanen couldn't negotiate with them. He's angry and young and looking for prominence. If he had his way, he would have eaten every one of those prisoners that we have locked up.
Well, maybe he can just leave the head for the dragon. The dragon would bring it back.
And I think he's like, looks at Eerie and he's like, I just get the impression that you and your friends haven't seen a whole lot of the world. So I'm trying to talk straight to you. The dragon doesn't run away. I just wanted you to answer my
questions, and now I've been standing here for far too long.
Well, you can leave anytime you want, whether I'm dead or alive. The dragon doesn't run away. The dragon falls back.
I understand. Thank you.
Okay.
I will use the wording that I wish to.
That's
okay. I come over here and yell down the hall. Hey, can we get back to work? You know, I mean...
Yeah, I'd like to. I had a couple questions.
Is he the boss? Tahir asks you.
I ask him. I ask him. I says, now, do you before Eerie chokes you?
I was not to death though, because she doesn't do that. We're better than that.
Thank you.
Choke you.
She just closes her eyes.
No, I'll just whack you across that with my staff.
If she closes her eyes, nothing happens for real in the real world. So that's okay. She's allowed to do that. She's allowed to get angry.
All right.
Listen,
Eerie walks away.
I just suggest
Eerie walks away. She gets
right. She's done.
She's done.
I just want to know if he knows. I said, do you happen to know anything about this tomb that you might have overheard from Melkanen?
Yes, a little bit, but not very much.
I reach my long arm out and I grab Eerie. Hold on one quick second, and I pull her back in.
No, she tries to pull away from you.
Then we roll. What do we roll then?
What do we roll?
I've done this before.
So you're gonna make like an athletics check, and Eerie, you're gonna make athletics or an acrobatics check to kind of get out of his grasp. We're officially player versus player here.
Nice.
Oh yeah, he's got you, Eerie. What do you want to do? I think that Tahir like takes a step back and is like,
I pull her back, and and then he starts speaking. Okay.
And he's nervous now because you're antagonizing the angry gnome, and so he's like looking at her, and he's just like, listen, I don't know that much, okay? We were supposed to come here, we were supposed to get in, we were supposed to get every last weapon that we could. There was supposedly, and I think he like peers a little bit towards the hallway where Ulrich went. He's like, a hammer that we were looking for, old weapons. You have the rod, don't you, Crixus? Yeah, so he looks at, like, the rod, and he's like, I think we were supposed to get that, and the hammer, and whatever else we could find. And then I think we were supposed to smash everything in here. And you. They want you. I don't know about your friends. I don't even know your name. But I know that they wanted the dragon boy that got out of the village.
Oh, I kind of like that, dragon boy. That kind of works. Well, can I tell to see if he was lying? Just gonna roll an insight check on him.
I mean, you feel like he's like pressed pretty hard. Like he's not. It seems like he's up against the wall. What?
Is he not telling us everything?
Is anybody ever telling you everything? Like, you're sure there's more to get from him, to be sure, right? He's not, like, just, like, volunteering every last bit of lore or knowledge or information that he has, right? But, like, he's trying to, like, give you what you want. Like, that's what you're getting from him, right? He's, like, he's not trying to be, like, adversarial with you.
What about Titan Saul?
What about it?
What's the dynasty's interest there?
Again, I'm just,
no, you're
a
just
soldier. They just,
I don't
like,
know what
pay
you've
me to
heard.
put the sword into people. I know that we were supposed to rally there. That's where we were supposed to go and meet the rest of the army. That's where we were supposed to go and meet the platoon. I understand that you fucking hate me. I get it.
I'm trying.
Well, what do you want from me? You think that I'm in a great position?
No, I know you're not.
I've already dealt with dead.
Too many of you people. You talk too much. I just want answers. And at the same time, I have to be better than you because you're terrible people. And you killed everyone that I love.
I think Beaudry, Iron Stave, and Lothar in the other room look at you, Ulrich, and I think Lothar's like, that doesn't sound like it's going
press one of my buttons on the rod to make it into a spear.
Can I go now, Crixus?
Well, wait. One more second.
Can she go, Crixus?
I give her the rod spear to Eerie. Hold this
not
second.
take it.
You don't take it? All right.
She's holding her staff.
Oh, okay. All right. Then I point to him. I say, listen, we are going, I guess, because Ulrich said we're going to spare you. I guess I don't want to go against him because that would be, I don't know, the right thing to do. But I was wondering, do you have anything else that could possibly help us? And I'm going to try to persuade him because I really don't want to kill you right now if you lie to me. I'm going to roll persuasion. And as I use the spear,
a lot like intimidation, but sure.
Oh, should I intimidate? Should I roll intimidate? I'm sorry, I was rolling persuasion.
That's okay. I think that, like, you still rolled. I think that he's just like, look, I don't know what else I can tell you here, okay? We've been up in the mountains for 3 weeks. We were looking for your village. We knew where it was. The goal was to take everybody that we could prisoner, kill anyone who resists.
You
After
knew
we
where
hit the
it
place,
was?
yes. You think we just, like, wandered up here and happened to find you? We were assembled to attack your village. I didn't know the name of it until after we started killing people there. And I get that there's no reason for you to want anything except for me to lay in the same grave they do. I fucking get it, okay? I didn't lead these people here. I didn't volunteer for this. But here I am.
All right.
3 days starving, hiding in a room.
I tell him, shh. All right. You two talk too much. Jeez, this Sapphire Legion, they're very smart. That's all I know. They talk and talk. This is from Lothar and T.
Lothar?
Oh, no.
Lothar is here?
Oh, yeah.
That fucking bastard.
How could he know everybody in the army?
He doesn't, but there were only like a couple hundred soldiers that came up here. He knows Lothar.
Oh, he's a bastard now? Well, Lothar's a bastard?
Yeah, he is.
What about Lothar?
He's 100% bastard.
Listen, thank you for
Did we hear him
answering
yell
my
Lothar
questions.
from down the hall?
Yeah.
I turned to look at Lothar. You got Buddy in there?
I mean, I guess so. What was his name?
Tater.
Hey there.
Tater.
Stay there.
Tater.
Stay here. Stay here.
I don't know him.
Yeah, Lothar's the one that wouldn't remember.
Doesn't ring a bell to me. Let's move on. Come on.
The impression.
I think he like peers down the hallway and he's like, I think Crixus is trying to get Eerie to kill him.
Yuri's like still trying to walk away.
Angus, where do you want to go?
We're going to go. We're done.
Okay, great.
We're leaving, guys.
Me too.
Where do you want to go, Angus?
Rich, while all this was going on, Angus stuck his head in this room and saw that it was a dead end, the one to the west.
Okay, so as
But
you're looking...
But he would have he would have tried to lean forward and not step on the floor. And if he'd noticed that it was a blue tile floor, he obviously wouldn't step in there.
No, it is not a blue tile floor. As you like peer in there in the room, I think that what you see is there's a long stone table that appears to have collapsed. A couple of the legs are like broken, and the top of it looked like at one point it might have been like a map. Like it was actually like the topography of the Drakencaern Mountains, but it's like smashed and shattered. It's like tilted over and like smashed into the wall and like pretty much broken into rubble.
That sucks.
Just a broken stone table in here. Not like your Narnia variety, but still.
I'm gonna look around this corner.
So pretty cool.
So I guess let's head south. Is that where?
Does it seem to? No, it does not dead end. Does that dead end down here, Rich?
Yes, it does. As you come around to like that whole area, Ulrich, and like you're peering down, like much like a lot of the other, like you found a lot of these branching exits that lead out. And I think, Ulrich, you recognize that like this is not just like a cave-in that's happened. The dwarves caved in this passage.
Okay.
At one point in time. There were like other ways out. You would suspect like deeper into the mountain, right? And they like collapsed the ways in or whatever. Right.
Hey guys.
Interesting.
So Ulrich is moving, guys. So we should like
Yeah.
follow Ulrich.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like move you here. I'm gonna move you here. I'm gonna try to like keep you all together. But yeah.
Cool.
Come on, Felix.
I think that hall to the north just then loops back to the main sarcophagus.
Oh.
As you peer
Steps.
down
Steps.
into that room, Ulrich, there is blue tiles on the floor.
Wait for everybody to catch up.
Wait, you went down this little passage?
The
Keep
west.
going left.
This way. There we go.
Aha. Hi. Well,
Does there appear to be, like in the fire room, there was a pillar. In the air room, there was the jeweled mural thing. Is there anything of note that we can see on the walls or the floor or the ceiling from here?
As you look down into the room, there is like this thick kind of like mold and algae growing on the wall. It's very like moist and damp. And I think that more of the stone here has kind of like broken and started to deteriorate. You see like kind of piles of rubble in the corner. But what you do see is like over here, there's a door leading back. And the door is open. The door like hangs open, but like there's a door leading into a second room in the back.
Do we... So I think...
We already established it's moist.
Erie, do you know from the... Like, is it... Will we automatically trigger the elementals if we come in here, like the way that the sigils have been carved on the steps, or is there a way to get into the rooms? Like, is it simply stepping on that step? If you jumped over the step, would it not trigger? Do you know anything about this, how this magic works? Like, if we could avoid triggering the elementals and still search the room, that would be great.
if I had another 6 hours, I could probably dispel it. But yeah, do I know, Rich? Like,
as you're peering into the room, your detect magic is still active. You
Yeah.
see like runes right on the floor at the base of the steps that are emanating conjuration magic. And there's a faint aura of conjuration magic like radiating off the floor of the hall place. Why don't you make an Arcana check?
yeah. I'll tell Angus that like the whole floor is radiating magic.
Do
15.
What were you going to say, Kurt?
no? Yeah, you can.
Okay, so I think that what you discern, Erie, is that there's not like specificity there in terms of like a way to get around. Like there's some way certainly to get into this room without activating the trap, but like you don't know what it is. Like stepping on the floor is going to conjure this elemental.
Yeah.
Do we want to see if we can access it from the other side, not to avoid the trap, but to flank it when it gets summoned? So there's some of us coming from the north and some of us from the south?
I think we have a force here that can do this. I think we should just go in and do this.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. What? You just want to wait a minute. Maybe it's better to do. Wait. Have a
what?
Like have a plan? Maybe.
I mean, I kind of agree with Ulrich. Like we feel pretty confident now that we have Beaudry. We have an extra person.
I mean, you may have me, girl, but I'm not looking to die here. A plan is always the right course of action.
Sure. Well, we didn't die last time, or the time before that.
Well, I have a plan.
I think he like points at Crixus. Your friend here was pretty battered when the lot of you came back last night.
Well, now we have you. That's why we grabbed an extra person.
Right. Well, back to the plan, though. And I think he like looks to Angus.
What is the plan?
I do not know.
Like
if it's worth circling around, but I like the plan.
Angus.
I'm sorry. I'm just. Did you say the door was open across the way, or like this?
Yeah, as you're looking down into the room, there's like this door leading into the back of the room, and you can see it like hangs open a little bit.
The blue tiles stop there.
You can't see past the door, right? Like, in other words, the door is like slightly ajar.
Just slightly.
It's probably the better way, right?
Angus gets out his war horn and says, "All I know is that I have the best team here. Whether we charge in the front door," he puts his hand on Ulrich's shoulder, "or if we go try to find a way to go around and get it from the other side, all I know is that we have this locked down." He goes on for a minute. He's actually casting motivational speech.
Motivational speech for the win, yeah.
If we decided to go after the fire elemental instead, I know that Beaudry and I could protect some of us from its heat. But I don't know if that matters to anybody or not. I mean, rather than the water elemental.
It really matters.
I kind of like that because, because if we fight the water elemental and it cleans our clocks, then it might be harder to say, well, could we then take on the fire elemental with the protections we have? I don't know. But if we go after the fire elemental with protection, we might come out of it more unscathed and be like, yes, we can confidently take on the water elemental.
If somebody could somehow push that door open, I could potentially get over on the other side.
I mean, sure, I got it. And Lothar starts like walking down.
Oh,
the stairs.
No! Idiot!
I just playing with you. I'm not. I'm teasing you here. I'm teasing you. I'm not looking to go in there and get my.
You know that I'm not in a good mood right now.
Real short fuse today.
I mean, technically,
that's awesome.
We could. But no, I'm not trying to get across the room. I'm trying to figure out how we can just get at it from both sides.
I think you're making a lot of sense. If we walk around north, we can at least see if there's another way in the room.
Yeah.
And if not, then we could see what happens when we fight a fire elemental. What have you people done to me?
So let's just walk to the west and see if this loops around. That's all.
Sure. I could. Okay.
All right.
What do you got?
Why try to scale across in some sort of clever way?
We don't need to scale it. I can just poof.
Wait.
Whoa.
What's going on?
I'm moving you guys to get you around rather than have you wiggle yourselves all the way over bit by bit by bit. I'm just.
I didn't realize the thing ended there. Oh. Okay, I see. Sorry, I didn't notice that we were at the western edge of the map. I was going to go west.
Yes.
I was going to go west and assume it wrapped around north.
Nope, you were on the western edge of the map. I lost Angus, though. What did I do?
No, you didn't. Just here.
I don't know. I've done. Oh yeah, right there he is. Good. Okay.
It goes to the fire elemental room.
All right, let's do it. That's it.
Oh crikey! This doesn't. Angus is going to search for secret doors right about here, Rich.
Make an investigation roll.
I'll help.
Ooh, advantage.
I mean, if I'm there, do I detect
20.
any magic anywhere?
I think it's been 10 minutes because you would have been talking to that guy for a while, and then you walk to the water room.
While.
Yeah, and then you're debating for a bit. Then you had to walk all the way kind of back around. I don't mean to be too harsh on it.
Oh no,
but I think it's
that
burned.
makes perfect sense.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so as you're up here looking, Angus, you're checking, you're looking for panels. Ulrich watching, running his finger along the seams between the stone. You find no secret doors.
Okay.
Merely this collapsed corridor leading further into the mountain.
Fire elemental it is.
Where are we going?
And I think Beaudry says to you, Ulrich, I wonder if perhaps those last 3 sarcophagus were for the ones who trapped themselves in here. I've read the old tales from the time before. They say in the old world, before they came to Abrea, they fought many wars against orcs and goblins in the bowels of mountains far from this world, and they would often have soldiers who sacrificed their lives to hold the back line, to make sure none others passed.
See.
Oh,
It's a sad thing to imagine.
Yeah.
As you step into this room,
I'm standing at the doorway, just to be clear.
You see in here the stairs leading down to the red tile with the pillar.
Yeah.
Didn't we come from that way before?
No,
You
this is a new room up here.
Further away. Yeah, you've not been in here. And so as you're looking down into this space, you see this big, long room, right? And it has these small kind of gosh, I don't want to call them pedestals, but they're almost like tables. You could imagine the coffins being laid on them for individuals to be laid out in them. There are almost like what looks like spools hanging off the walls and stuff. There's one kind of rotted, broken bit of wood with a few tools and a pile underneath it just next to the staircase here of hammers and chisels and stuff like this. And then you see down here on the southern end of the room, there's what look like a bunch of rotted crates and barrels, this ancient kind of storage containers that have long since rotted away and disintegrated. But you do see 2 iron-bound chests that appear to be covered in dust, but still intact and preserved.
Are we gonna do protection spells?
Well, do we want to come into the fire room from opposite? Because the fire room isn't this room. The fire room is across the hall. But do we want to come into the fire room from opposite directions? Because there we can do flanky stuff. So if some of us come in this door here that we're looking at, and some of us come up from the big sarcophagus room, we could potentially flank anything we attack.
We're fighting in corridors. I think the idea of holding something at bay, obviously that was impossible with the air, but I think one person holding something at bay is conceivable in this environment.
I've not fought many fire elementals, but I would fear for it to burn its way through us.
Because the air elemental wasn't stopped by people. It just kind of passed through. And there's not really... And that was in a corridor. The only thing here we have is a set of stairs going down, not a corridor.
I think Beaudry winces a little bit, but isn't fire just screaming hot air?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you, Beaudry.
All right, well, let's just do something.
Yeah.
We came here for protection spells, so
I agree. You got me walking in circles here. What do you want to do?
I want to kill.
What kind of protection
the
can you
elementals.
provide? Where's Crixus?
Crixus!
I don't know what you're talking about. What about protection? What?
Fire protection.
Protection from... I'm not sure. Beaudry, you remember, we can do something, right?
Literally, where is Crixus?
I do not know.
Uh-oh.
I hear his voice. I don't see him.
Uh-oh.
Alphagus room, did he not follow us?
Oh, I didn't follow you. I'm hiding.
I think Crixus is deeply confused by these dungeon corridors. He do not like
First
them. He
it
likes a
gives
big open
control,
room.
and then I'm not. I don't know what I should do. Go and lift the floor.
What protective magic do you and Beaudry have, Crixus?
Well, Beaudry apparently doesn't have anything. I'm not sure if he does or not. But protection from energy I could cast on Ulrich, I was thinking.
Okay. I'll go to the other
I can do the same. Who needs it?
Well, that's
Erie's the most vulnerable among us. No offense, Erie.
Yeah, no offense, Erie. It's not me. It's you. You're the most vulnerable among us.
Yeah. Exactly.
I bet I can take a punch better than you, though.
Yeah. But she's willing to step in and go toe-to-toe, and you just sit in the back with arrows, which is fine. But don't be resentful.
Nikki like openly laughs.
Well,
I mean, if it works.
I mean, it's about who would be up front. If Erie's in the back,
It's not.
Maybe-
yeah, don't worry about me.
maybe there's
until
no
I
need
run in
for
there.
that. And the people that's going to stay up front to hold the fire elemental at bay, maybe that would work. That's what I'm assuming. Keep
I
them.
cast mage armor on myself.
Good choice. Way to go,
Did it?
Erie.
I
Erie
remember.
cast mage armor on herself.
I
Beaudry,
cast protection from energy on fire on Ulrich.
Thank you.
Okay, 60 seconds counting.
Oh,
Boom.
good. Yeah, hang on. Wait for that.
I'm just kidding. It's an
Oh.
Is it
hour.
an hour?
Okay,
That's
great.
all right, here we go.
It's like,
It's-
oh.
I just was trying to taunt Mike to see if he was paying attention. He knows. Mike knows. I can't get one over on this guy. So Beaudry is just like, who's the other one then?
Well,
You?
rock, paper, scissors, Angus.
Angus isn't there.
Angus disappeared.
Angus is gone. I think Lothar's like, I'm going with Angus.
Yeah.
I guess
This
then,
is
then might as well
ridiculous.
me then.
Okay, and so Beaudry Ironstave prays to Vala, the Just Mother, and proceeds to reach out and touch you, blessing you
Reach out
against
and
the
touch.
fire.
Crixus.
Boom, 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 boom. We love music.
Yeah.
Piano Man Adam still really loves Lothar. We stand Lothar here, Pia.
Yeah.
That's just me. I just mean me and Adam. Yeah.
I do too. Taylor does.
Taylor does. Erie hates him. The juxtaposition between Taylor and her characters is always delightful to me. Okay, so they cast protection from energy on you, Crixus. You can't be side by side. I know that the map is a little wonky. So is it like this? Is it like you in front and then you here? Is this what
Can I
roll looks like?
use my spear and go and attack through the space or no? The pike that I have from the rod?
It's got a 10-foot reach. Yeah, sure, yeah. I mean, that's what it's for, right?
I don't-
Let's just say yes. Yeah, I like that notion. I mean, I think that's what it should work as.
You can
yeah.
fire through the space. I hope you can spear
All
through.
right. So I got them all
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
I'm going to move forward.
Okay, stop, pause. Crixus, Erie, you guys can move if you want.
Yeah, Erie.
Am I on the red tile floor now?
No, the red tile floor is down the stairs in the room in front of you with the column. Angus.
Uh-oh.
Angus, you're still standing there. I'm just freezing you right here because as you get halfway through the room, Ulrich, you hear from the corner of the room like,
Yeah.
and you like turn and look, and the treasure chests are like they proceed to like animate because they're mimics.
Nice.
Yay!
So let's roll initiative. As the two treasure chests like begin to like heave and surge, this like roiling kind of like bubbling happen as they like transform into like these fleshy creatures. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. You indeed. You indeed.
I wasn't expecting
Eerie.
bubbling, and that's not the
Bubbling.
adjective I was expecting.
No, they're bubbling mimics. You don't know about the bubbling mimics? Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
Delicious.
I think the last time I fought a mimic was when I fought a mimic house.
What the hell happened to my mimics? My mimics are gone.
I'm okay with this. They fled. They knew better.
Yeah, shut your mouth. Go back to being a chest.
Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth. No mimics, please.
No mimics.
We have to go fight a fire elemental.
No mimics till. Okay. I'm giving them each separate initiative. That's not a real
Because
chest.
that
That's a mimic.
sucked.
Yeah, the two mimics like this like gurgling kind of like wet, sickening sound as they both animate. And I think that Lothar's with you, so he can't yell. Angus, you're up, but you don't know anything's happening yet.
I
right?
know.
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't they charging into the room?
I think he's like, I don't know what's going on.
I'm sure they'll go next.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right behind you. I'm waiting for you. On your left.
Oh my god.
I'm actually on your right, but also on your left. Ulrich, you're up on 16.
So Ulrich yells out for Beaudry, right? He just yells it generally very loud. Two mimics at the bottom of the room, which I would imagine carries because he's yelling it in the heat of battle.
Yeah, it's like echoing through the whole place, and I think Beaudry's like, I hate those damn things. Yep.
I'm gonna run down, and I'm gonna take first attack with the Maw of the Titans.
The Maw of the Titans. 28 hits. The massive maw like snaps off your back, wheeling over your shoulder, crashing into them for 11 points of bludgeoning damage. Got it. First attack. Yep. Oops.
20 hit.
That's a hit.
All right.
Okay. For another 14. So we see Ulrich just like... and the mimic almost like flattens out a little bit around it, like kind of pulling itself around as you just like raise the hammer back up and smash it back down again. Ulrich, that's your action. Bonus action? Anything else?
That's all I got, man.
Okay, at which the mimic that you smashed responds. Oop.
Well, that's a loud growl.
Yeah.
That's a very loud sound, yeah. I'm just double checking myself. Okay, it proceeds to like wallop you or try with the pseudopod. 18.
Miss.
What's your AC?
I thought it was 19, but I might still have the shield on there. You might be right.
You do.
That was scale mail +1 plus my dex bonus is what I should have right now. So let me take the shield off and see what it goes down to.
It's just going to be -2.
17. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That does hit then. This mass of it flaps out for 10 bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled. This thing's like pseudopod is like holding you like a big sticky frog tongue, like kind of pinning you here. That's that mimic. Eerie, you're up on 11.
Okay. Great. I think Eerie just let's just go for Firebolt at the one that Ulrich is fighting.
Okay. That's a miss. The firebolt deflecting off the stone, like right next to you, Ulrich. This firebolt screams and smashing into the wall.
I'm trying. She'll take a step back.
Lothar next to you, Angus. Like, there she goes again. Crixus, you're up on 10.
I guess I'm going to move. Trying to think like around here.
Sure.
And hold on a second. I just want to see. Like, I think I might have to.
You got to go one closer, right? Like Ulrich's within 5 feet, so you would technically have to be there to hit it with your 10-foot reach.
Okay.
Why don't you run into the elemental room and see if it'll chase you back in here and kill the mimics?
Yeah, very cool. The enemy of my enemy is a fire elemental. You like step in behind Ulrich with this like 10-foot pike jutting out of like the rod.
Then I stab it and ooh, it's too bad.
28 hits. That is too bad, but that does hit. For 16 points of damage. Still pretty good. Crixus. Yeah, you like step in behind Ulrich, like raising the pike up and just like plunging down over his shoulder, and like the tip of this thing just plunges, like ripping through mimic flesh as the thing's like making these disgusting like amoeba-like sounds. Crixus, that's your action. You have a bonus action? Anything else?
Actually, I don't think I used my total movement. Is that correct? I don't think so.
You did not? No.
Then I think I'm gonna move back. I'm curious. It's only 15 feet, so let me move maybe 15 feet back.
Sure. Okay. That was Crixus. This here mimic goes on 5. It's like it's gonna like come up to over here, and yeah, as it like comes like crawling, shambling into the room, it proceeds to try to bite you, flanking Ulrich. 22. You see this mimic like rear up, still like vaguely in the shape of a treasure chest, and just chomp down on the dwarf's back from behind. That's 9 points of damage, 6 piercing, 3 acid. Nice. As you feel the acid like kind of burning into the back of your neck a little bit.
As a reminder, everybody has 5 temporary hit points for motivational speech, and once those 5 hit points are depleted due to an attack, your next attack has advantage.
Clutch. So your next attack's at advantage, all right. And with that, Angus, you're up. I think Lothar is like, what are we doing, Angus? They sound like they're in trouble.
Should
we run back?
Yes.
You got it.
Is he in the initiative?
No,
I think I was waiting for him to come up the initiative so I could like usher him and say, go, go, go.
Oh yeah, he's gonna go on your turn. He actually only has 50 feet of movement, so he moves and he dashes, charging back down the hallway towards them. You can go, Angus, if you want.
You can continue. I'm just going to be moving down the hallway.
You got it. Ulrich, you're up on 16. You can make an attack with advantage because of the motivational speech.
Am I grappled?
Yes.
How does that affect my attacking?
Doesn't. It just means you can't move. You can't move your space.
Oh, cool. All right. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Same one that's been hit multiple times. Ready?
Okay. That's a miss. Damn. 17 actually hits. Yeah.
Am I flanking?
Hits. No, you have advantage because of the motivational speech. No problem. I said it 4 times and I forgot.
Yeah.
14 points of damage. Wham! You smash into it again. Second attack.
It's still up, damn. As far as mimics go that I've never fought, how does this one look after multiple rounds of being hit?
You have no clue. It's a strange amorphous treasure chest creature. It's leaking liquids. Ew. You know what I mean? It's oozing on the floor.
Cheese juice?
Yeah. Yeah, basically, it's like cheese juice running down its face. Reroll that. You rolled 2 ones. I have to fix your damage.
Problematic.
You have great weapon master, I believe. So when you roll 1s on your damage dice, you reroll, right? Yeah, that's better. For 12. So we see you just again, Ulrich, as it's like got this pseudopod like wrapped across your chest. You like bring the hammer up, like bam, 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 just like double tap it, and with that, it's like kind of like it just like oozes like this disgusting like mass pooling on the corner, and it like detaches itself from you, like flapping down dead onto the curb. The stone, the curb. Oh, Rick, that was your action. You have movement and a bonus action.
I am going to. What is this thing doing? I'm going to move in hope it's flanking.
Okay. Beaudry Iron Stave drops like a sacred flame on this one. There's like this bit of like radiant golden light as he calls out like, Vala bless us! Eerie, you're up on 11.
Okay. Yeah, I guess, not wanting to waste spells on the mimics, goes for Firebolt again. 17.
Hits.
Nice.
Ooh, that's
for
good.
11 points of damage. You just like point blank, like you point the staff out, the firebolt lancing off of it. Nice. Eerie, that's your action?
Yeah, just take one step back next to Beaudry.
I think that he's like, you're too brave for your own sake, girl. Get behind me, Crixus. You're up on 10.
Can I press a button as what's it called? Like a bonus action on my rod?
I don't know. I bet if we read the thing, it'll tell us. But I'm not sure. I wonder. Feels like maybe you could, but also I wouldn't be surprised if you couldn't. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. 6 buttons. You can press one of the rods, 6 buttons as a bonus action.
Cool. So I am pushing button number 1, and I am proceeding to attack.
What happens when you push button number 1? What does it look like? What do we see?
It turns on. What do I see? Jesus, a rod. A blade of flame pops from the head of the rod.
Right.
And it's crackling blue flame.
6, and we see the whole like spear collapses back in, this blue fire like leaping out of the tip.
Just the tip?
Just the tip.
Just the tip. And I'm gonna move in and take a swing at it.
It's like the rallying call of the Heirs of Titans. Go for it. It is. It just comes up all the time. I'm sorry, Taylor. I try to dance around it, but
Come on, I'm 24 now. Like, can
I know,
I
I'm
please?
not that
I'm
sorry.
an adult.
I mean, like,
it's okay.
I know you are. Yeah, no, I know you are. That's not my concern. 22 hits. As you like
Ironically,
cleave
I said
down.
Spider pheromones, cheese juice, and just the tip.
Ironically, I said it because I'm not an adult.
I'm definitely not.
Yeah, no.
The blue flaming sword Crixus, like as the pike collapses back down in the blue sword, like this light kind of illuminating the space, shadows dancing on the walls. You cleave down into it, and a rod with a bonus action.
Yeah.
Button. We love it. Push the buttons on the rod. Crixus, that's your action. You get a bonus action. Oh, you use your bonus action to push a button. That's your turn.
No, it's not.
Right? What do you got? You want to move?
I still have movement, right? No, I stay.
You do, yeah. Great. Thanks for that. I think that the mimic like wheels back at you, Crixus, having received this hit from the fiery sword, and it punches out with its pseudopod. 13 misses. The fiery sword easily like spins down as you like drive it off. That's the mimic's turn. Angus, you're up on 19.
Angus.
Lothar racing behind you.
Angus comes in here and like scares to a stop. Oh, wait.
I'm coming, Eerie!
Actually, he can get all the way to the mimic if he dashes, which means he can use Goring Rush as an attack. As a bonus action.
Amazing. Minotaur
Nice.
stuff.
That's gutsy. Bury your head into that thing.
Yeah.
Open wide.
Gutsy's one word for it.
Yeah, really. Angus comes like barreling into the room, like wheeling around the corner, hooves like hammering on the stone as his horns drop, and he like charges for the Mimic. 18 hits.
I've never done this before.
Impressive. I feel like that had to have happened at least once for 7 points of piercing damage.
Then he's like trying to shake the goo off of his horn.
Yeah, the horn like rips into it for 7 piercing damage. Lothar, Grub, meanwhile, stands at the doorway and like leans in like, "I've got you, Eerie!" You're like behind him and completely safe, but he's still like,
hit somebody.
16 does hit. He puts an arrow into the thing. That's Angus and Lothar's turn. Ulrich, you're up on 16.
Yuri's referring to, something else, but go ahead.
All right. I'm going to swing at the mall again.
Halfling in front of me.
What's going on
That
in the
is.
NPCs? That's what I want to know.
What?
Nice one.
Ulrich. The hammer like ripping through this mimic mass to like crack off the stone of the floor. It's still up.
Swing around again. Come around like a baseball bat.
Yeah!
Reroll once.
I think as you hit it reroll once. I think as you hit it like a baseball bat, it like lifts up like splattering against the wall where it's just kind of like oozing down like some disgusting treasure snot.
Treasure snot. Ew.
Treasure snot.
Hate that. Well,
Lothar is like panting a little bit like, all right, good thing I got here just in time.
seriously?
Yeah, that's right. I've got your back.
All right.
No. I have yours.
Yes.
You were standing in front of me.
Should we do a short rest?
I just came running up from behind you.
What?
Should we do a short rest, or should I need...
Did anybody get hit?
Yeah.
Not me. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Well, no offense, but clerics, can we heal our dwarven friend?
No, I'm not allowed to heal dwarves that are outside of my clan. I'm sorry. All right. If you insist.
Well, then let me heal, because I don't have a lot of spells that will be useful against elementals.
Of course, your words are inspiring. He's your friend, brother, king.
How many times did you get hit?
He's got some acid smoking off of his neck there.
Let's see if
pretty good.
Let's see if this does much for you.
Take that and that.
Kapow! Blam!
15?
Wow. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he's much better at this than I am.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to where we were.
Yeah.
Are you going?
Thanks,
Because he's
Angus.
like walking out with Angus, he points back like, "I've got your back, Erie. Got your back." And he follows.
You
Angus
hear
around.
fading down the hallway.
Like Lothar's like, I'm really starting to like that horn. Maybe I can get one of those.
Oh no.
I have a great place where you can put the horn too. I'm sure Erie can tell you exactly where it is.
Is Lothar the Matrim Cawthon of this adventure?
No, he's not nearly that cool.
What's that?
He's a little bit of
True.
a jerk.
That's
He's a little bit of a jerk.
A little bit annoying.
All right. I'll wait a couple minutes and then...
You see Angus stick his head around the corner. Boop. I'm not going in the room.
Alright, we're
I'm
ready.
just standing above the step with the glyph on the floor.
Oh,
Oh shit! Erie stepped on
Wait,
it.
no!
Roll
I'm sorry,
initiative.
I'm trying to get. I was trying.
What
to
are you
get to
doing?
I'm skipping dragging my token all the way around the map to come where you guys are on the other side.
doing?
Everybody roll
Are you
initiative.
trying to oh no!
She
I
just
was gonna
runs through the room and runs out.
No, Eerie
Probably-
didn't move. That was Taylor trying to move Eerie's token as she followed
Oh
Angus
my
Lothar
God.
around.
This disconnect
I don't know,
you
I
have
saw you
from
in
your
there.
character is really getting disturbing.
Give up.
I think it was canon. I saw you in the room.
You know, I'm just gonna have to say it. I think that someone's being picked on tonight, and I'm sorry. That's all I'm gonna say.
Taylor.
I'm sorry.
Listen, we'll go easier.
Stop picking on Mike.
All right?
Yeah, let's stop picking on Mike,
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah,
Everyone
yeah,
settle
we'll
down.
We'll go easier on the
Ooh. I'll take
Yeah,
it.
let's get those out of the way.
I call redo on the initiative. It's fair enough, right?
Yeah, call it. No.
Well, technically,
No.
so Rich.
Yeah.
Are we rolling initiative after it gets summoned, or are we rolling initiative to summon it?
We're rolling so it's appearing and we're rolling initiative. Like everything's about to pop off, right? So like as it's manifesting, we're rolling initiative. I think is the idea.
So should I move back into the room then?
No, you can't. You went around. I'm just teasing,
Okay.
Taylor.
No,
I'm
I
sorry.
know,
I
I
am
just
picking on you,
wanted
and it's
to
not fair. I just don't want to antagonize Mike. He's got that rod. I don't want to deal with the tip. So the fire elemental, like, as soon as Ulrich like steps into the room, this whole column is like.
Oh, can I move back then? Back to the entrance of the room?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
If you don't mind.
You can put yourself up
I'd be
at
grateful.
the base of the stairs. Okay. Should you think about that next time you step in?
Well, dude, Eerie came blasting through. I was like, I better get in there.
I know. You were like, whoa, that's my gnome. Okay. The fire elemental like appears kind of bursting out of this column in the center of the room, at which point like Ulrich, you having been the one to step in, it proceeds to
Far away?
roll over here. Yeah. It like squeaks over here, edging itself kind of around the thing, and it's going to make 2 attacks.
This is not right.
16 misses, 21 hits as the fire is like reaching out for you. That's 13 points of fire damage.
Right?
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Which means you take
Why?
protect
Oh,
your
yeah?
energy.
Is that half?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
We round down or up?
You round down because that's what I like.
Everything gets rounded down in 5e because that's what Mike likes. Yeah, that's why.
Because we all bend the rules sometimes, don't we? Right?
Well, the rules are round down, so we're not even bending.
Yeah,
now.
we're not.
We're going with the flow. It hits you with fire. You feel like the warding that Crix has placed on you, like this barrier in between you and it, the searing fire, like does not boil your flesh immediately. That was the elemental's turn. Angus, you're up on 18.
Angus will close in.
Lothar just shoots from where he stands. Oh, Lothar, you little shit.
And by the way, the motivational speech impacts everybody but Lothar.
Of course it does. Rip Lothar.
And Angus, Angus will attack with his short sword with quickness.
Yeah, get it, Angus! Yeah! That's Lothar's motivational speech.
Oh my goodness.
20!
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
God, what's up with the alt crits tonight?
Geez.
What the fuck?
Oh.
Wow!
Harry
I feel that.
Harry
Wow!
I'm seeing if I have this is like the one.
That's life, man.
It is life. You come like darting in behind it, the short sword of Nalus, the smith, your patron, your father in many ways, Angus, the man who raised you, the dwarf who raised you. The short sword like spins in your hand, perfectly balanced, plunging into the back of this fire creature. You feel the heat rolling back at you. 13. I think that should not hit, but I think it does. It does hit.
It does?
Yeah, elementals are very low AC.
Says the druid. Yeah, that is another 6 points of damage. That's your action, 2 attacks, bonus action.
Oh, wow.
Be a good one.
That's better.
That's
Nice.
better.
That's a little better indeed. Angus, a whirling dervish of Minotaur. You like step in behind this elemental, the sword like flashing, slashing, and stabbing. Fire like literally just parting before the blade. The heat's like rolling back at you. You see the like vaguely humanoid head, the eyes within the flames like peering back at you. That's your action. That's your bonus action. That it?
That's it.
Crixus, you're up on 9.
Yeah, that's it.
Crixus, you're up on 9.
Cool. So I'm gonna move down the stairs, and
Yep, Beaudry Ironstave charges past Ulrich into the room.
And I'm going to cast. I'm gonna cast my dragon bolt at this creature of flame. And
Beaudry as well. He's not fucking around.
Hey.
Lame. 15 hits, Mike. Your dragon bolt, turquoise dragon maw, like leaps from your hand, smashing into it. Meanwhile, this golden beam fires out of Beaudry's hand. That's 18 points of damage, sick. And then another 10, sick. Yeah, you guys had to bring the badass dwarf with you. Now you're smoking. Crixus, that's your action. You got movement and a bonus?
I'm gonna move further. Oh, I guess I'll move right over. You know what? I'm gonna move right here, next to Ulrich.
Okay.
Yeah.
You step in next to Ulrich. Ulrich, it is your turn on 7.
All right. If there was ever a time to use an action surge, I think this might be it. So we're gonna go action surge with the maul.
Action surge. Action surge. 21 hits. Got it for 11. So we see like the maul like vanishing into the flames, which like diminish as it rips out the other side. Second attack.
Second attack.
Hits. 1, 2, the cross strike. That's 26. Third attack.
All right.
20 hits. That's 41 points of damage. Fourth attack.
Wow.
That hits. 41.
Oh, re-roll the one.
4 points of damage. Oh, better. It's 53, 56 points of damage. Ulrich, you just step in this like furious onslaught, the maul moving like easily in your hands, these gloves like granting you strength, the maul itself granting you this like power of the titans that like stood with the dwarves of before. And you like the like hammerhead vanishes into the flames as you're like striking and wheeling, pivoting and arcing, and like the joke it is, the fire like diminishes and vanishes, destroyed and smote by the force of your blows.
Seriously?
Yeah, dude, that was 120 points of damage. You guys just gangbanged.
You see Eerie like in the doorway, like magic, like prepared, like all this cold, it like is starting to form around her, and then she's like, "Okay, I'm useless, I guess. Didn't even let me hit it one time."
Yeah, I think Lothar's like knocking. Lothar's knocking another arrow. Like, gosh, you guys are terrifying.
I say, listen, I'm real pumped up. I say we just go right down to the water right now.
Yeah!
I want to
We
get
should
the
let him go. He
tablet.
seems crazed.
I know. I just don't want to break the tablet in back. Come on, let's go right down.
Look at him. He's all sweaty. He needs a little rinse.
Come on, let's go right down.
The motivational speech only will be lasting for maybe another 8 minutes, so maybe we should go.
Okay.
Nice. All right, we're going to head right down.
And it's
I think
hopes that
Lothar's
nobody
like,
remembers that
I think Lothar looks at you, Yuri, and he's like, after you.
I like walk next to
I
Yuri, like-
push him. I push Lothar forward. No, you
Hey!
go first.
Why?
Because you're not being a gentleman.
No, I am. I've got her
Yes,
back.
Yes, sure you do. Go ahead.
Man, I thought that we were going to be friends, Crix. All right. I'm going. I'm walking. I'm walking.
Be nice to Yuri, and I'll be nice to you.
I'm being very nice. I was trying to have her back. I thought it was the kind thing. We're in a dangerous place here.
Yep.
Eerie continues and she's muttering to herself just want to
He's like, look, it's not my fault. I'm doing my best.
I'm doing my best.
At least I shot that thing once. I went pretty quickly.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody here?
No, we lost a dragon kid again.
Felix.
Geez, I didn't. What do we go up or down?
Can't
you just move
worry.
the
You'll be magically teleported. Just hang in there for a second.
You should make him do the
I
Wayne
cast
World.
Summon Crixus. Hey!
Hey,
there we go.
there he is.
I love that guy. Pats you on the shoulder, Crixus. So what's the plan here? We're gonna send the dwarf in. I mean, you, Ulrich, you, right? You're gonna run right down in there, and we'll.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay,
Everybody
cool.
good with this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
your
All
back.
right, yeah. This is what we get for overthinking it last time. All right.
That's right.
We didn't overthink it last time. Because we thought it just the right amount, we killed it in less than 6 seconds.
Angus, not a good time to worry about.
Not a
love
good
you, Kurt,
time.
at
We're in
this
battle.
You can see that Ulrich is the wise one.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know about
as you
that.
step down onto the floor, we'll pause and we'll re-roll initiative one more time.
Whoa.
Roll better, Yuri.
I did twice
Hey.
as good
See, look
actually.
at
Oh, my Lord. This is terrible.
Ay. Where's? Oh, here he is. Here he is.
Nice.
Here's
out of the 4 actual player characters, you're second.
Okay. Crixus, you can act first. As you step into, as Ulrich steps into the room, you see this water just rising up out of the blue tiles of the floor in this door right here.
Oh, where am I? Oh, right here. Oops. Great. I'm gonna cast another spell then.
What you casting?
I'm gonna be casting my Dragon Bolt again.
What level?
I'm gonna be using whatever level I deem necessary when I hit. No.
But you're supposed to burn the slot before you
No,
make the
I
attack roll, which is
understand,
why I'm
I
asking. I'm
know.
a ball buster.
I was hoping that to the folks at home, I was hoping that Rich was gonna bust my balls about it. But yes, I'm gonna be high-level spell, 3rd level for everyone to know. And
okay, cool. That's all I wanted to know. I just want to make sure we're burning the spell slots appropriately. 20! See, isn't it cooler now that I asked? Because now you're authentically going to use a 3rd level spell slot, and we all know that was the plan from the beginning, and it's going to feel sick.
I was honestly though, I was hoping that you were gonna let me say it first before you beat me to the punch. But
Well, next time I will. How about that? That's the promise I make for you next
so
time.
much.
The
So much.
Beaudry, the Elemental, and Lothar are not in the initiative order.
Oh.
Nope. The elemental is. It's quietly just whatchamacallit. On secret.
Oh,
there
hey.
it is. You see.
Quiet.
Look at that damage, everybody. Woo!
So next time I won't ask, and you'll just tell me, and I won't ruin the moment, Mike. I'm really sorry, but 20! And that's 22, and 17 is 39 points of damage. Crixus, that was your action. You have movement and a bonus action.
I just want to say that what happens is like a giant maw of a dragon comes forward and explodes out of what's it called? Explodes out of my hands as I'm waving them around in gestures of prayer, and it just bites into the water elemental. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move in a little bit over here. Boop.
I think you hear Beaudry Ironstave Eerie in the back, like, he's truly blessed, that boy. Crixus, that was your action. That was your movement. Water elemental goes. Right. It comes like crashing into the wall on top of the pair of you.
Ulrich prepares a bar of soap.
Crixus and Ulrich, I need the pair of you to make strength saves.
Oh no.
DC 15. Yeah, the monster strength, guys.
Do I do? Wait, how do I?
The saving throw.
Oh, a saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
It's always the
I'm
saving
gonna
throw.
feel lucky.
Oh my goodness.
Well-
I'm gonna feel lucky. Hold on.
Holy shades of air elemental.
All right.
It's happening again. Ulrich, the DC is 15. You make your saving throw. Crixus, you fail. You are going to suffer 13 points of damage. Bludgeoning damage as the water like washes over you, smashing you up into the wall, and you are grappled, restrained, and unable to breathe unless you could breathe water. You're basically inside the water elemental, slowly drowning. That's its turn. Eerie, you're up on 12.
Don't forget, Crixus, you have 5 temporary hit points.
Oh, yeah.
And your next attack
damn
is
right.
at advantage.
He's restrained.
His next attack, not his attack next round.
Got it. Eerie.
So can I clearly like see the thing to hit it, or is it like, does it have cover?
It's got some cover from where you're standing, yeah, unless you step forward, but then you will be threatened.
Blast it.
I can't.
It's tricky.
I guess I can't share space with Angus.
Nope. Sorry.
Angus missed that day in kindergarten.
No sharing for Angus. This is one of these annoying things about dungeons, I know.
But I can see like past though, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, you could like peer around the thing. You can like see it, but half of it's behind a wall.
Well,
right?
I mean, like, can I see like in the room?
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause it's water. It can...
The ceilings are also very high, right? You could see over it for sure.
Okay. So Erie's gonna cast. She's gonna snap her fingers and teleport to the other side of the room.
Uh-huh. Lothar's like, wait, she could do that?
I literally said that earlier. Like an hour ago.
I didn't believe her. She says a lot of things.
And she'll point her staff out and cast Witch Bolt. Let's try at 3rd level, I guess. Because why not?
Okay.
Oh, yes! That's
What happened?
I got a
Nothing rolled.
20!
Oh, 20!
That's what happened.
That hits. The like lightning bolt like connects. Finally, this freaking spell has been like fiddling along for 17 episodes, Taylor. That's 15 and 17. That's 32 points of damage. As like it feels like it should electrocute Crixus, but the rules aren't that sophisticated. So it doesn't. Wow. Minus 32 points of damage. Eerie, Vandra, and Silver Spark. You are tethered by lightning to the water elemental. That was your bonus action. That was your action. You still have your movement if you want to reposition. Angus, you're up on 9. Lothar goes with you.
Does it look like am I able to get into the room to attack it?
Not as they're standing.
Well, I have an 18
yes.
dex.
Yes.
Shouldn't I go first?
Because they... No. Oh, what's your dex, actually, Angus? Maybe you should. But you could still attack from where you are, Angus, because they're, like, inside of it, and you could step up next to it and, like, stab over them and stuff, right?
It's a dex of... He has a dex of 16.
Okay, so Ulrich technically should go first. This is why I like the dex tiebreakers. Ulrich, you can go.
All right, I am going to move around so that I'm flanking. And I am going to attack with the maul.
Hold on one second. I don't think that Crixus counts as threatening it. He's like inside of it, drowning, being grappled. Do you know what I mean? He is not like in there threatening it.
Okay.
Per se.
Well, I might not realize that, so it's okay if I don't get it. I still would have done that.
You don't get the flanking, but you still get your
Cool.
attacks. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay. So we see Ulrich like surge through the body of this thing. 19 hits, and then that is a 20.
Does the
You
16
guys
hit or no?
with these rolls tonight. Yeah, they both hit. Oh yeah.
So we're definitely gonna die next session.
Yeah, don't worry about your turn, Angus. You're all good. That's 18 and 15. That's 33
Oh my
points of
goodness.
damage. Ulrich, that was your action. Bonus action?
I am going to use my second wind. Actually,
Go for it.
no, I'm going to wait because I'm not low enough yet.
Okay, Angus, now you're up.
Oh, wow. He'll close and he will attack.
Okay, you like step down onto the stairs, the short sword like spinning. Really, the crit machine's wild, right? I said it's like nuts. 26 hits.
7 piercing.
Got it. Next.
18.
Hits.
7.
And just like that, Angus, you like step in like slashing, and I think the water is like splashes down into the room. Crix is like like a little water got up your nose there, you know. And I think Bodrianstave just like steps in behind you like, I'm not so sure why you asked me to come, but I mean, I appreciate being invited.
I attack the water. 26.
You do. You stab down into it. Hits.
I proceed to perform artificial respiration or resuscitation procedures on the Crixus.
Okay, so I think that's where the episode ends tonight. As you grab Crixus, your snoots connect. You know, it's a real like poignant, tender moment. You know, as Crixus is like, "I'm breathing. What are you doing?"
I don't like when you. I heard like if you're going to perform CPR on a dog, you actually do it through its nose.
Yeah.
That's what he does to Crixus because he's got this little snout that's just adorable.
Agus's bovine maw closes on Crixus's reptilian snout.
And all everybody hears is.
That's all I'm gonna be thinking about all week. That's an image right there.
I add
man.
Dragonborn or Earth Genasi to my instrument proficiencies.
That's the sound Crixus makes when you resuscitate him. I think probably we pause here, right? We'll pick back up next time. We'll have you guys investigate the back room, you know. I think it's like, you know, Beaudry's like standing at the top of the stairs and he's like just whispering to Lothar like, these four, they're really something else. And Lothar's like, yeah, I know. They're my people. And I think like as the four of you like stand in the room, these two with you, but separate, like looking down in are just like impressed as the four children who fled from Erkengard would not so easily have dispatched two mighty elementals, but the heirs of the Titans who stand in the tomb of Gural Khan today. Just another day at work. Right?
Nice.
And that's where we'll close our adventure today. That was wild, you guys. You just pub stomped those things.
That was awesome.
I knew when you were like, let's take Beaudry. I was like, well, all right, this is going to be a pushover then, you know. But that was ridiculous. Also, quietly, like Ulrich's 20s were probably not all 20s because he's a champion fighter for those.
Well,
who
that
are
one
out there
was
curious.
a 20. I was looking at that one.
It sure was, right? So,
Yeah.
like, I'm always going to scream 20 when I see the crit because I can't be bothered to mouse over stuff and parse. 19! That's lame. Who cares? But champion fighter is like the set it and forget it fighter of, like, crits on 1920. And, like, honestly, that's enough. That's pretty powerful.
Nice.
You know? Yeah, that was awesome, you guys.
And the
That was
Witch
fun.
Bolt came through.
Yeah, finally. Big Witch Bolt
Finally.
energy, Taylor.
Like,
Finally.
the Hard Rock Hope and everybody's been playing we've been doing a play by post like D&D session, and my character has been rolling terribly
So bad, you guys.
the entire time, and this was like just a breath of fresh air. I'm sure I'll go right back down to drowning, but it was a nice
For
breather
Mike and
for a
John,
second.
who like are not over there, you guys should come join us over there. You would dig it. But we do a bunch of play-by-post games, and so we were in a play-by-post adventure where they were fighting swarms. So they fought. It's Zed's DMing their first game,
Nice.
and picked a couple of like old monsters from. You would love it, Mike. 3.5 Monster Manuals 3 and 4. And like Zed picked a couple of cool things, one of which was a needletooth swarm, and then it was a dread blossom swarm. And the dread blossom swarm has a 15-foot radius of poison that paralyzes if you fail. But then if you're inside the swarm, there's a separate poison that just poisoned. But then if you're paralyzed and you're inside the swarm, it drains your constitution, you know?
Yeah.
So it was like really set up for like a nice death spiral. Because as soon as you fail the poison save, and like a paralyzation save, and it starts draining your con, now all your poison saving throws are getting like worse and worse and worse progressively. So it's 6 of them, and freaking Taylor is rolling like Kisville. Like she can't roll higher than a 5 on a 20-sided die. And the joke is that the fight lasted for 3 days.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's only like 8 or 10 rounds of combat, but we're doing it all like by post. We're spanning like 15 hours worth of time zones. So for like 60 hours straight, Taylor is like showing up to be like, saving throw.
Two
Oh, I'm paralyzed
saving
again.
throws.
Oh,
One
I'm
for
paralyzed again.
being paralyzed and one for being poisoned.
Just brutal, you guys. Brutal.
But-
But also, Taylor saved
Yeah.
everybody's lives,
I did.
which was pretty impressive.
I'm a really cool cleric. Yeah, you would love it, John, too. I have this like crazy. It's really honestly, it's a crazy ability. It's not like like I don't have to concentrate on it or anything. And it's Twilight Sanctuary. And if anybody ends their turn within 30 feet of me, they either get a certain amount of like hit points that I rolled, which I rolled 7,
Nice.
7 temporary hit points that can like renew itself if they end their
Every
turn.
round, dude.
Every
Wow.
round.
Every round.
Or it can get rid of frightened or charmed or something like that. It's
Mike,
so
you would
cool.
lose your mind. Taylor is playing a drow cleric of Elistray. So they're like, I can't give you a better reason to like come hang out over there than to like roll with Taylor's freaking drow cleric of Elistray and my star elf blade singer. Come on, Mike, what are you doing? Come join us.
Really cool.
Anyway, it's been a lot of fun. This was a really fun episode. I had fun
Dave.
tonight. He's excited. He loves it. We will not be here next week. We're down one Crixus Copperstone as a board meeting. We do not like to press on when we're short a player because we got our tight 4-person group. So I will be here in some capacity. Maybe some of us will be here in some capacity. Maybe we go back to Hilks and Sharp. John and Taylor made some characters who are actually soldiers in the Sapphire Legion that is currently hunting down this adventuring
no,
party.
sir. Badass soldiers in the Sapphire Legion.
Yeah, they're actually elite
Yeah,
troops. Let's not
literally
even
the
call them
best.
soldiers. They are elite troops. Sharp has become like the captain of the scouts, the first scout of this platoon. Hilks is like definitely the like probably highest ranking cleric, except for Baroness Verilitz, who's with them. So maybe we lure in Kurt and we come hunting. Crixus as a board meeting.
As a board meeting, yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
that.
Crixus is going to have a meeting with Lothar and talk it through. Anyway, when we come back to Firelight Tales, Titans Heirs, the four of you will finish gathering the bits of the map, exploring these last 2 rooms that you've cleared, and then, my friends, it's back to the surface, wherein a dragon and an army awaits. So I'm really excited. We're into like kind of the final chapter of this adventure here. I've started adapting it. I've got Adobe set up, and so it should be on the DM's Guild by the time we wrap it up. But I'm really excited to kind of close the chapter on this and see how you all make out once you leave this place armed as you are now. It's going to be fun.
Nice.
Cool. This was a fun week, you guys.
Yeah.
What's going on with you, Taylor? Where can people find you?
Ronnie422 on Twitter. I have a poll up right now for what I'm gonna start streaming next. Thursdays. I'm gonna keep it like early afternoonish, I think.
Cool. Yeah. Go follow Taylor right now. Ronnie422 Twitch.tv/ I will write it down.
Thank you. Yes, I gotta start remembering to say that. But yeah, go follow me. You convinced me last night, Rich, with my Dragon Age Origins. It's what I wanted to do from the beginning. I played the game. I know it very well. It's very special. Yeah. And yeah, I want to. It's kind of old at this point. I mean, a little bit.
I think the Slime Rancher was fun. I liked watching you like just play a new game, and it's lighthearted and like it's chill and it's pretty low key, and that's great. But you know, you got to put your passion out there, and you love this game so much. I've heard you talk about like Dragon Age for years. I would love to see you like play that, because like I don't know it and I'm not gonna play it, so it would be a delight for me to like see you play through.
Yeah, I have an embarrassing amount of hours in all those games. I think in the last game, like alone in Dragon Age Inquisition, I have like 300 plus hours.
Oh, forget it. I only played Final Fantasy for a month. I got 400 hours. You're fine.
Yeah. Plus the years that I played Dragon Age Origins. But yeah, I think I'm going to play Dragon Age Origins. So come check it out on Thursdays.
Cool. Go throw Taylor a follow. Follow her on Twitter. Follow her on Twitch. She'll probably be hosted here if you don't catch her on her spot. But yeah, I'll be there Thursday.
Nice.
Yeah. Awesome. Mike, what's going on? What should we be aware of out there in the world?
What's it called? Taylor is playing Dragon Age, and that rocks.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
It does rock.
Like that.
One of my favorite games ever, honestly.
I think it's great. I love that game. That's a really, really cool game that you played and like delved into. I can't wait to see you. If you're gonna play that, that's what you're gonna do.
Oh yeah, and I get to show off my 3 textbooks of 2 or 3. I forget. Let me look. Two Dragon Age textbooks of timeline and history.
Awesome.
Whoa,
that's awesome.
That's really cool. Well, I'm not really doing much, but if anyone has any questions, you can always hit me up at Lotus Coyote. If you don't
go follow Mike.
Your
Lotus Coyote
questions about insanity, which I deal with every day. But that's okay.
Mike's a Renaissance man. He's amazing. He's very humble. Mike gave me Sgt. Pepper's and the Cimmerillion. Mike like handed me all this really important stuff when I was a wee lad, and he was, a wise elder lad. Something like that. Anyway, good stuff. John, you never want to promote anything. You're super low key. What do you got out there in the world? Anything we should know?
Nothing glamorous, nothing exciting, just guiding little humans towards adulthood. That's all.
Excellent. This guy's a freaking parent. He's already a hero. Yeah. He was a hero before he found them all, the Titans. Kurt, how about you, man? Best t-shirt of the night. What should we know?
Recommend the book Quill by A.C. Cobble. The 19 books I've read this year. Definitely in the top 2. That's not to say it's not the top 1. It's just 2 I really liked and it stands out. You can follow me at Kurt Clark on Twitter and Instagram and Pinterest and Line and WhatsApp and WeChat and Untapped and MySpace and Twitch.
I forgot Facebook.
Follow
AC Valhalla, right?
Follow me on Twitch. I've finally been doing AC Valhalla. You can follow my OnlyFans at and otherwise, just follow me at a distance.
Go follow Kurt. You're going to see really great pictures of food. The man eats like a king. It's very glamorous. It's delightful.
Every time I see a picture, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to try and make that. It looks so good.
You're lagging really hard and you sound very drunk. So I think that's where we'll leave it for this week. Bye.
Nice.